Hello! So it's been a little bit, and it's mostly just because I'm a teacher. I'm also going to school, and my camera is like really having issues focusing today. It is really dark in my room, but that's because this camera like blows everything out. So hopefully it'll stop like focusing every 3 seconds. We'll see how this goes. Anyways, I was gonna do like a secret favorites because I have a lot of dolls and I love them all. Like, I can't see myself parting with like any of them unless like extenuating circumstances. There might be like a couple I'd very sadly part with. But you know, you always have like your secret favorites, the ones that just mean a little extra to you. So I pulled 10, so I have like 10 dolls around me, which is interesting. And again, it's like I love all my dolls, so it's not like I'm saying, oh, I don't like the other 20. These are just the ones that like mean a lot to me, and it's not in any particular order, because I don't think I could order them, because I just love them all too much. But I thought I'd get started with that, and you know, we might as well start with probably the only one that I could order and put first, and he's still on his stand because I was too lazy to take him off because they're kind of a pain in the ass to get on. But my beautiful boy Makoto, he is my first doll. He's a senior Delph Frey, so he's a Lutz boy. And it was funny because he wasn't supposed to be my first doll, but I saw him and I just like needed him. There was like one Volks doll that I was looking at getting, and I ended up reshelling who I wanted that doll to be. You'll see him in a second. And so I saw him and I was just like, oh my god, I must have him. And you know, that was back when I was still telling myself, oh, I'm only gonna have my one vinyl doll and like maybe 1 or 2 resin dolls. But he's pretty special for a couple of reasons. I got him the day after my 18th birthday, because my birthday fell on a Sunday that year, so he couldn't come on my birthday, but he came the day after. Gosh, I'm remembering back to the day. So I've had him for 9.5 years, almost 10. He came broken, so I got the exciting, my very first doll was broken. So I had to deal with that. But he's so, I just love him so much. And it's like their story, I made it when I was 18 and it hasn't aged well, so I don't even know, like I don't really like to share their story. I still have it because it's like, you know, it was my first little story that I made up. It's kind of like, you know, one of those growing pains things. But, you know, I don't think I would ever get rid of any of those dolls because they're all just so precious to me and I still love the characters. But anyway, so this is Makoto and I love him, obviously, because I can't stop cuddling him. But so he's probably the only one that I could say is like my most secret fave, and it's like, he just means a lot to me. And we've been through a lot together over 9.5 years. And then next, I guess we can go in order of like when I got them. Next is that doll that I was mentioning that I reshelved. Initially I wanted like a Volks Kanata, and then I was just like, I didn't like the Volks body, but I liked the concept that it was a little shorter, so I ended up like reshelling the character completely. So now he's got like a discontinued Let's body that's a little shorter. It was the Junior Delph body, and then he's in a Sleep Eidolon Lin, but this is Fuyuki, and he's so cute, I love him. And he has one of the things that attracted me so much to his sculpt. I'm gonna have to put him sideways to show you this. He's got an open mouth, as you can see, maybe. See, it's like, it's so frustrating because now my camera's all blown out. And like my room is really dark. But if I make it any darker than this, it can't focus apparently. So we're still working on technology here at Lazy Bum Productions. But anyways, so yeah, he is, ooh, I just wiggled him a lot. This is Fuyuki. He's from the same story as Makoto, and his head was probably the most frustrating, like, weight I've ever done, because I am not a patient person. I really am not when it comes to like wanting dolls. 3 to 4 months is about as much time as I can handle before I'm just like, oh, give me my doll. And obviously if there's a longer wait, I'll wait. But I waited 6 months just for his head because they were doing like the mermaid run from the Sleep Eidolon at the same time. And so they just got completely backlogged making those dolls. So like something that was supposed to take like 3 to 4 months ended up taking 6 months, and I was just like, why? Give me my doll. And then so I got his body secondhand, because I think Let's had already stopped selling them, but I was also impatient. That's another reason why I get a lot of my dolls secondhand, because I'm impatient. But I also really like the idea of kind of like rehoming a doll and like fixing them up. But anyways, Fuyuki, he's just so cute. I love him. And he's a soft little being in the story. But yeah, and I wish you guys could like see him better. He really is so cute, but my camera like blows everything out. Next doll, she's down here because I didn't have enough space on my bed. So the next doll is Callisto. Look how freaking gorgeous she is. I'm sorry, I'm like, I just kicked my setup trying to get her in frame. So yeah, I'm going in order again of when I got them, not how important they are to me, because I can't. It was hard enough just pulling 10. Anyway, she is a Senior Delph Noelia on a Linois body, and I got this outfit on Etsy, and I haven't taken her out of it in like 2 years just because it's like, I feel like it's perfect and it kind of like completes her. So she is a fairy in the story. So, you know, she gets this very beautiful frilly sort of outfit. And it's funny because like I had other clothes for her. I love her in this outfit like way too much. So, you know, a sign of a lot of my other girls being spoiled is they get mountains of outfits. So she doesn't necessarily get that anymore just because I can't take her out of this one. It's so pretty. But that doesn't mean that she's not like a favorite and not, you know, spoiled rotten in her own right, because the outfits that she does have are bloody expensive. But anyways, it's funny because like I'm more attracted to like boy sculpts, but I find like my girls get way more spoiling. It's like the boys, you know, they're all kind of awkward sizes, so I'm like, okay, you get one set of pants. There's your one set of pants, and then you'll get shirts as I feel like buying them and if I like the shirt. But with my girls, it's like, let's get you 5 pairs of shoes and 50 dresses. So yeah, and then that was kind of the case with her for a while until I found this outfit, and you know, now I just don't take her out of it. But my other girls have inherited her clothes. But yeah, so she is just so beautiful, and for a while she was like, well, I had a vinyl girl. That was my first doll, was a vinyl girl. It was the Dolphy Dream that I kind of made to be Saber, and then if you watched my previous videos, I recently got the actual Saber head, so now she is Saber, which is really exciting. But you know, she's a themed doll, so I didn't put her in any other clothes too, because I kept her as Saber. So she was kind of like my first girl doll that I really like spoiled. And I love short hair. It's so cute. But yeah, so that's her. I'm gonna carefully set her back down on the ground. And then, gosh, who did I get next? Well, I guess I'll talk about this girl because technically I got her when I got Callisto. So Callisto was on a limois body, but you couldn't buy limois separately. So on the marketplace I found a limois Luna, like you couldn't just buy a head or a body. So I found a limois Luna. Let's see, let's have the camera focus. Focus, bro. There we go. So I found a limois Luna for a very good price, and I bought her, and for the longest time I had the head, and it had like a face up on it that I really, let's see, I'm trying to like, there we go, readjust her head a little bit. Her head is loose because she's a hybrid, and I haven't swayed her because I'm a terrible doll mom. But anyways, so I redid the face up and gave her like a lot more of a gentle look, and I immediately fell in love with her. So I went on the marketplace and found her another body. This one is an April Story body, and it's a one-part torso, which I think she's my only like one-part torso gal, but it's really like beautifully sculpted. And because she's a one-part torso, she's wearing a dress now so you can't see it, but I gave her like a tattoo across her stomach, so when she wears like a lot of tummy out stuff when it's not winter, you know, this is her like little winter dress, she can show off her little, it's like a cherry blossom branch with a butterfly. But anyway, so she is wearing the frills and is very cute. And this doll in particular, she's kind of hard to shop for because she's very like slim. So I will buy stuff for her and half of it ends up not fitting, but that's actually kind of okay because then it goes to her girlfriend, who I'll hold up next. Yeah, she was a lot of my, like, it's funny because a lot of my favorite like secret favorites were just like happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would put it. Like, I was just kind of like, oh, I have this head, I guess I'll get a body for it, and then it developed into a doll that I just like adore. I have another one of those coming up, but you know, that's her story. And she is one of my most spoiled dolls. Now I'm going to bring up my most spoiled doll probably next, and it's her girlfriend. So this was Iris. Next is Rosalie, who is looking a little frazzled. You're sweet pea. So this is Rosalie, and she has crazy hair, and I love her for it. So Rosalie is another Limois. I have to, oh! She too is a little loose and probably needs sueding. She is a tan skin Limois Iris. Funny enough, chill, girl. You're on camera. Oh, I just touched her eyeball. Beautiful. Alright, she's not gonna cooperate. It's like I keep fixing her hair and then she headbutts and her hair gets all in her face again. Anyways, so she is a Limois Iris. I had already named Iris before I even decided I wanted the Limois Iris. But my mom named her Rosalie because I was like, Mom, I want to name her, but I don't know what. So we went with a flower theme. She just does not want to look at the camera today. She really doesn't want to look at the camera today. Okay, girl, you win, you win. Anyways, so she's wearing a dress that I knit. Which, this was actually knit, again, for Iris, but I put her in it because Iris has another outfit. And the thing about this girl is not only does she get a ton of cute outfits, but she gets a ton of wigs. She's got like a different wig for each outfit. That's how extra Sarah is, and also that's how extra Sarah is when she develops a mohair addiction. And then as you can tell, she and Iris both have like bling. So yeah, these are by far my two most spoiled girls. There, we'll do it sideways. You're not directly looking at the camera, but they can still kind of see you. How's that, girl? So yeah, I made this wig, and she's got like 7 or 8 other wigs. So I change her wig depending on her outfit, because I'm extra and she's extra. But she is by far my most spoiled girl, with like a wig for a handmade wig. Granted, I was learning still and kind of getting better, so like I see imperfections in this one, but they don't show up on camera, so that's good. But yeah, so there's Iris. I love her to pieces. I wish she was a little less camera shy, but she is not cooperating. Oh, let's set her down without frizzing her hair. Let's see, okay. Next, I believe I got these two boys who are down here. I can't believe I own one of them. The other one, he's like he's my usual pull together a hybrid. So these are my, god darn light. These are my Soul Doll boys. I'll hold Alex up in a second. So this is Elliot. He is a Soul Doll Fiel, which is part of their Souloid collection. So he has the completely mechanic body. Minus his arms and torso, which is why he's wearing his weird, like, titty out shirt. But anyways, he was a Grail doll. And I have other Grail dolls that aren't in this particular video. I will do a separate video about Grail dolls. But yeah, Elliot, I wanted a Souloid for a really long time, and I actually initially wanted I think it was was his name? But, like, he just never showed up on the marketplace, so I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm never gonna get him. And then this guy showed up on the marketplace, and I was like, wow. And I managed to put him on layaway and buy him and pay him off, and I love him. And his skin looks very, like, gray. He's like a cool toned, just slightly tan skin. Like, he has, it's called like the mocha skin from Soul Doll, and it's like a special release. So like, he's tan skin, but he's really not that tan skin. You know, it's like a very, very, very light tan. But he's very cool toned, so he shows up almost gray on camera. But yeah, so I got him. And then, of course, I needed to make him a boyfriend, and that's where Alex comes in. So Alex, he's kind of my little goofy hybrid. He is a Soul Doll Sasha, which is a girl head, on just a Soul Doll boy body, and these are the kid bodies. So they're 50 centimeters, but they're not like the Vitos where they're like buff. But anyways, so yeah, I got Alex, and he's like my cute little steampunk inventor, and I'm actually really proud of him because I bought his pants and his shoes, obviously, but I made the shirt and the vest and his goggles. I made his little goggles. So and I made his little pouch, but I was thinking I have another pouch that I wanted to put on him, so I might reposition this pouch. But anyways, so he was a lot of work to kind of complete. Oh, and I also made his wig he's got like light blonde floofy mohair, so he's kind of supposed to be like a little floof monster. And I love him. But as you can tell, he's got a little friend. So I want to say it's Arida or Arida BJD on Etsy. I'll double check and I'll put a link. But she makes little, like, when I was looking, she mostly had like little octopus and little steampunk octopus up. But she makes like resin BJD octopuses and like the occasional other animal. And this one was about 100. So I mean, for the amount of craftsmanship, because I mean she cast the resin and like the rust color is mixed into the resin. So like this isn't painted, this is like, you know, mixed in and done. And then of course he's got like a little custom eyeball. So for the fact that, you know, he's completely handmade and strung together, and she gave me a little freebie too, so I actually have like a tinier octopus that I just got for free. I can't find him, he's somewhere on my bedside table. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, I think Alex needs him, because the thing about Alex's character is he's an inventor while his father is kind of against technology. So Alex is quite literally like building little animals, kind of to keep him company because angst, but also just because he really enjoys mechanics. So I was like, yeah, he would totally build this. So I bought it and I love it, and so it kind of just hangs out on top of Alex. But anyways, you can see the detail on the spine for him. And I shaded him myself, so that detailing, the rust in the kind of tan color, or the gray color, I can't speak today, I added. Anyways, those are my two boys for a steampunk story. Let's see if I stand behind Alex. I'm trying to get him like less blown out because he is really blown out. What if we do it this way? Yeah, that works. Ish. There we go. So yeah, those are my two boys. And when I do the character tag videos, I'll talk more about their story. But I love them, so I'm gonna carefully set them back down. Okay, I have two more. This video is gonna end up being longer than I anticipated, but you know, story of my life, right? So, speaking of like steampunk stories, you guys haven't seen the completed version of this little one yet. He has an alpaca wig, so if you see me lick my fingers, it's because like alpaca wigs are so frizzy. I have a love-hate for alpaca because it's very easy to work with when you're making wigs, but it's so frustrating. And the stray hairs are ridiculous. Anyways, this is my baby bee. This is Leo. So I bought a Dalmor Theo when I was working on completing Hyunwoo, who he's over there, and I adore him, and I adore Junjae, but this isn't I love all 30 of my dolls, right? But anyway, so he's another one where I had this floating head and I was like, what am I gonna do with him? And I ended up doing something that I absolutely love. So yeah, he's a cutie patootie. He's got a ponytail. He's kind of like giving me low-key Edward Elric, but with bangs vibes. And he actually, I wish you could see him up close because I put freckles all over his face and he looks so cute and I love him. And I do have a character for him, so I'll go into his character more. But yeah, he developed a lot, and these are doll heart clothes, and then I finally got him shoes, so now this poor boy has shoes. But I ended up developing like a story for him that I'm like really excited about too. And then I got him a Delph body, which it is so tight that he cannot stand straight. So and that was after I loosened, like I put in a looser string and he still can't. So I probably need to do some like sueding, and I may need to loosen him even more. But he made me bleed, you guys. So he's gonna just be a little kicky for a while because I don't feel like hurting myself. But anyways, this is Leo, and he's so cute, and I can't believe that, like, you know, I bought him solely for the body, and here I am, like, he's made it into my secret favorites. I can't remember if it was his face up. I think it was, where, like, you know how you always have that one eye that, like, never works out right, and so you have to keep erasing, and I always have trouble, and I'm never happy with one side of their face up. His face up just worked. Like, both sides came out okay, like, good, almost instantly, and I was like, what happened? But I do remember I accidentally smudged, so it was a Mari that happened, but because his face up was coming along really well, and then I accidentally smudged here, and I was like, no, because it like smudged the shading off, like the sealant chipped. And so I put a freckle there. So yeah. And then my last boy, he's behind the camera. My last boy, you guys haven't seen him yet. So this is kind of a big reveal. And he's actually, this isn't his body. What happened was I got the head of one doll and the body of another. So I was like, well, I'll just put him on that for now. And he is a white skin, so you want to talk about being blown out. Look at this boy. This is Jaehwan. AKA he is a soul doll Onoharu. And I made his wig, and I'm actually kind of happy with it because he's supposed to have like that floofy look. He is in my K-band story, so he's with Hyunwoo and Junjae, aka my pink-haired boy and my blue-haired boy. But obviously he's a little less like crazy colored. But I can't get over his face. Like, I got the company face up, and initially I was kind of like really sad because if you can tell, he's got like a lot of red around his eyes. I mean, like, the camera blows it out, but you can still see, which means he's got a lot of it. You know, once I gave him his wig, it looked a lot better, and he's kind of supposed to be, like, you know, he's in a K-band, so he wears the makeup. I'm gonna pierce his and Junjae's ears. He's gonna do all the crazy things, so I think it works. And then, which side is it? It's this side. Let's see if you can see it. He has, yeah, there you go. He's got a beauty mark under his eye, which is just really pretty. But yeah, so I've only had him for like maybe 2 weeks. And I love him, and I also love his character. And it's funny because I'm like dying to get the last, because it's 4 boys. And like I said, I got the body of one and the head of another. So I have his head, so his body is coming with his boyfriend, who will get this body. And that one is a soul doll Phoenix, and he's so pretty and I want him so bad. But I ordered his head in August, and it came to me like beginning of August, and it came to me beginning of December. So the Phoenix I ordered end of September, so I'm suspecting I probably won't see it till like February or March, possibly longer. But anyways, he's beautiful and I love him. And once I get those boys all complete, that's when I'm planning to do their character stories. So, yeah. And then actually, there is one other doll, which, you know, depending on your views, she may or may not count as a BJD. But you guys remember her, right? Oh my god, I love this doll so much. I named her Renee, so this is Renee, everyone. And she's got the vitiligo, right? And this is actually one of Callisto's old dresses, as you guys remember me talking. So it's like a little black checkered dress, and then she's got the red heels. But yeah, and then, I mean, not much has changed. She's just really pretty, and I love her. And secretly, I'm planning to get her a girlfriend too, because I can't just buy a single doll, apparently. They all have to come in pairs now. But yeah, I can guarantee I bought myself a ton of like Christmas gifts for her. So she is going to join the Spoiled Female Doll Club. But you know, she's a vinyl girl. She's a smart doll. Specifically Smart Doll Liberty. But I, for one, think that the vinyl dolls are just as awesome as the resin ones. I can understand why people don't consider them the same thing, because they're not. But I also kind of get tired of the whole, this doll isn't allowed and this doll is, and blah blah blah. So, but that's a topic for a different video. Anyways, yeah, so this is Renee. I guess, one, she's a secret favorite, and two, I wanted to give you guys an update that I did name her, because I hadn't figured out a name for her yet. So, yeah, those are all my secret favorites. And I guess I will end that video very awkwardly right there. But I do, just for future reference, I think I want to do like a Grail doll video, but I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be holding the camera for that one because some of my Grail dolls, they're like on shelves and I'm not touching them again. Or minimal touching because they have broken bits that I have fixed, therefore they're very fragile. So that one, when I do it, I will probably just be holding the video. So it might be a shaky cam and I apologize for that. But I don't want to take my Centaur down off of the shelf, and I don't want to take Cosmos down because they both have like very fragile parts. But I also will probably hold off on that video for a while because I have a doll on layaway that will probably find her way into the Grail doll. And I have a tiny doll. She's a 30 centimeter, coming supposedly tomorrow. So, box opening probably. So, and I am going to be on winter break soon, so hopefully I'll crank out like a few videos during my time off before I have to go back to the everyday grind. But for now, I will call it here, and bye, and thanks for watching, and I'm sorry it's kind of chaotic and not the most beautiful footage, but what can you do when you're exhausted all the time? Alright, bye guys.